to get to the highest of the highest, they always got to have something on you, right? Like they always know something. Hey, if you want to hang around with this group, we got to have something on you. You got to be part of us.
Because they blackmail each other.
Yeah.
Is
It's so true, though, eh?
The Bible says the highly esteemed amongst men is an abomination to the Lord. So the people who are esteemed very high and being glorified are like, in the eyes of the Lord, they're wicked.
Yeah.
Right?
I
So a
believe
lot of
it,
these
though,
people,
right?
they're into Illuminati and child sacrificing and blood drinking. And almost sacrifices and like, Satan to the heavens.
Did you ever see the Olympic Games of 2012? How they opened up with the
virus.
with the virus and stuff. And then there's
Symbolism.
another one that they did like 20 years before that one. See what I mean? Like we all kind of people are starting.
Yeah, we wanted to be in the freedom protest.
Yeah, we couldn't make it away.
Well, we didn't know
there's
what was
nobody
going
here.
on.
So we
Well,
just
they're gonna be. You could check. Go on Facebook and
I don't go
check
on
out-
any
check-
Facebook.
check-
I
check
get
what-
kicked off
I don't do
in a
Facebook.
week.
check Winnipeg protests or something. They're gonna be out there, I'm sure.
What's your YouTube channel?
GMS Winnipeg WPG Profits.
what is it?
How do you spell it?
GMS Winnipeg.
GMS.
Profits. GMS WPG Profits.
WPG.
Oh, you just look up Great Millstone in general.
Great Millstone.
They'll go into a lot of brothers may go into like the Scottish history,
Okay.
connected with the Bible. And what's your line?
What do you mean line?
What your lineage, your father, your origin?
I'm Métis, so I'm French,
Okay, your father's
Indian,
French.
and I got Ukrainian in me.
Okay.
I don't even, you know what? Honestly, I don't even see race. Like I never even think about, what I am. I'm not proud to. I'm just.
Well, you
I'm
just
a
hope,
spirit.
you know what they say? Birds of a feather flock together, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you better hope you guys are like, if you don't go back to these people on this sign, like, really the end all be all is captivity.
Okay, what does this mean? The so-called Negroes, West
So-called,
Indians?
because the
I
name
don't get-
Negro means black.
Yeah.
What nation's known as black in history? There was never a
I
nation.
always-
Africa is
That's what I think. Yeah, I think Africa.
Okay, Africa. But the thing is we're not African. According to the scholars, we're not African. The first Negroes that went to slavery came out of Spain and Portugal.
No shit.
So you gotta ask yourself, what time period was
Did
this?
they switch?
Yeah.
Well, there's even like the Nubians in Egypt. That's like
Yeah, those are Hamitic. Hamitic. They go back to Ham, which means hunt.
okay.
All right, and their line, like in the Bible, Abraham Moses was mistaken for an Egyptian. He married an Ethiopian woman, but he was Hebrew. So it's like, okay, Moses was what? What color would have been Moses then? And
Well, they say he's black.
well, most would have been black. Hagar was known as the Egyptian. Abraham's first wife was Hagar, Egyptian. Are you gonna? Or I'm mistaken. Hagar. Well, Hagar was the Egyptian.
I don't even know who Hagar is.
Well, even God, the God of the Bible, like the First Testament, was black. Like Yahweh is like the God of
The Bible in the book of Daniel.
the one God he is.
I don't. When people talk about different Bibles, I don't get that.
You know what? That's
They're
the whole
Why
job
does
of the.
everything
That's the
change?
whole job of the devil. The whole job of the devil is to cause confusion and obscurity, so that people today don't really believe in truth. They're like,
Yeah.
truth doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I just showed you a video of the head of the WHO telling you that the vaccine's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Oh, I don't believe that. That could be edited. Or I'm like, okay, whatever.
Okay, the guy at the WHO, you got talking with the guy with the curly hair?
Yeah, he
that guy?
spoke about the children,
Huh?
eh? They're gonna
That's
kill a
weird.
bunch of kids.
Yeah, like what the hell?
Yeah,
Huh?
These guys, you could tell by the
It's
demeanor and the
so
spirit that they're
weird, right? But how do people not get this? Like, you know what I mean?
Because
I never
people are
used to
so
believe
busy
in anything,
working,
and
they
I
got
only
their
started
families,
looking
their
into
kids.
stuff a few years ago, and then
Nobody
I'm like, you
takes the
start
time.
looking into stuff, and
Yeah.
it's just like, man, and you got to be able to pick it out. But common sense tells you, like,
Yeah, common
Your
sense is
intuition.
everything's suggestive programming.
Yep.
They throw out in other words, they're being controlled mentally. They don't
Yeah.
have their own. A lot of these people don't have their own mind.
yeah,
They can't run a conversation.
a shell
They
of
can't
a-
get into deep, discussions. They're just
I like that. how you
they're
put
just
it, right?
vain. They're
Yeah.
vain.
But you don't need to be confrontational.
No,
it's,
hell no.
it's,
No. If you disagree, you disagree. But
yeah.
a lot of people just disagree just because they just don't want to get into that type of discussion.
Yeah.
Because of their insecurities.
Well, that's why I always listen. I'm a listener.
No, that's
I
where
talk
I'm
to
at my
people.
best too, man. Is
Yeah,
I just
I
shut up,
listen.
listen.
Hey, that's
And I take in
scriptural.
information and I figure it out.
Yeah.
You've had this for a while, though, eh?
Do you follow archaeology?
To an extent, like the archaeology that relates to the scriptures.
Okay.
But a lot of stuff, like they intermingle Greek and Egyptian, because you know the Greeks, Alexander the so-called Great
Yep.
went into Egypt,
Yep.
and then they want to say this person was this. You know, if it solidifies like the history the scriptures tell us, because a lot of these archaeologists, how they find certain places, they use the Bible. The Bible is like their compass.
Yes. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
so-
a reference point.
Book of reference. Yeah.
But no, even in Mauritania, you've seen they found Atlantis, what they think is Atlantis in the eye of the Sahara,
Oh, yeah, okay.
and even like what was the one, Noah's Ark is
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Mount Ararat in
Mount
Turkey.
Ararat in Turkey. Yeah.
Yeah,
See, this the kind of stuff I don't know nothing
yeah,
about.
and
what
see
you guys
that's
are
why I
talking
love
about.
archaeology, is because these guys can try and bullshit us to death,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day,
The truth is the truth.
we have artifacts. We have in the books,
Yeah.
in scriptures, places.
But they got the
dates.
artifacts, but they'll give us the information. You'll have it on their media
Yeah,
stations, and they'll twist things, but then you got to pretty much spit out the bones and eat the meat, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I got this scripture here. This book of Psalms, chapter 82 and 5 says, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course."
what
So the
is-
whole foundation of the earth is out of course. Look at how food is being produced in the world today. Look how the animals are like. I saw a bunch of deer
Slaughtered.
with a bunch of warts on them. Have you seen those pictures?
No.
The the birds falling from the sky.
Everything's getting out of
The
control,
fish,
right?
like even
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fish aren't even natural anymore. A lot of this fish that we're eating is all
Fruits, vegetables.
farmed.
Yeah.
It's like everything's out of course.
Yeah.
That's why the earth is actually going to literally, like the earth is a spirit,
Yeah.
and it's going to actually start, fighting back.
Getting
Okay.
rid of the virus
It's gonna
that's
start virus.
destroying
Yeah,
it.
yeah, pretty much.
That makes sense. Because I always, even as a kid, I used to think like we're floating in how big of, and it's just like a cell, right? That's what we are. And it's natural, and it's like we're decaying it, and something's not right. Like you said, everything's not natural. All these guys with money, like that Bill Gates is weird, man. You start looking
Yeah.
into him, and
He's
it's
a
just
show.
like, huh?
Bill Gates' father was John Gates, and he ran Planned Parenthood.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Planned
yeah.
Parenthood was an organization set up by Margaret Sanger,
Yeah, I know.
which was a Jew, so-called Jew.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, at the top of this, what's going on right now are so-called Jewish people
See, and you're
who
just telling me,
converted-
you're
who
just
converted
talking about this.
to a religion which, in order for you to be a Jew, you got to go back to a nation, a nationality. Okay, and what they did was they pretty much used the Adam Weishaupt, all right, the banking elite. He had
Rothschild.
5 sons, the Rothschilds, yeah, and
Changed the
they
name,
went to Germany and they started World War II, World War I.
To take over the English,
take over the
English bank and the
yeah,
French bank.
yeah.
Notice they never went to war after
Never
the Battle of Waterloo.
Waterloo with Napoleon.
See,
Yeah,
you guys
so-
get like that stuff. This is stuff that I don't know, and
No,
it's
it's
you're
history,
both
man.
on it. Eh?
Yo.
Hey, you know what? This is the story of all of us. It's not a perfect story, but it's one hell of a story.
Hey, it's a perfect story. It's
Yeah,
written.
perfectly unperfect.
You wrote it. You wrote it. It's already written. It's
Yeah.
wrote. You know, maybe the fine details not in there, but the middle and the beginning, the middle and the end results is all gonna be. It's all coming to pass right now.
I just hope everything turns out. Like, there's so many people that got to stop fighting with everybody, and everybody's got to smarten up and fucking realize some shit, though, too, right? Like,
It's-
listen,
you know what?
listen, right?
People have lived in pleasure for how long, and they've taken their liberties for granted.
Yep, yeah.
They allowed this whole agenda with the LGBTQ to penetrate the schools. You see
We're
these
just talking about
rainbows.
it, right?
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you do that, man. Telling you,
funny.
man. It's like the scriptures say the nation of Sodom and Gomorrah, those 5
I was just going to say that
cities
was destroyed.
were destroyed for those wicked acts.
Yeah, for
Now
exactly
this country
that, yeah.
took it up, and no one batted an eye. Very small few people batted an eye, and they allowed it to go. Like, my kids know what the deal is.
Yeah, and what's it? She turned to salt when she
And
turned
yeah,
back
yeah.
to see the city.
Lot's wife.
They said,
right?
don't turn and look back. Just
Yeah,
keep going. And
that's
she
right.
looked back. She turned to salt.
And her body's still there
Yeah.
in the Jordan Valley out there, back there in the Middle East, right? So this is what the world's coming into, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's gonna be a lot of negativity, a lot of.
When I say 7 years of turbulation.
It's gonna be bad. 7
we're-
represents completion in the Bible,
Okay.
so it might not be 7. It could be a complete number, maybe 5 years. But people out here can't handle no tribulation, man. They're not ready.
No, I don't think so. People.
They're not. They don't know how to live. They don't know how to live off the land. They
Yeah.
don't know how to do anything.
Well,
All
that
they
I
know
live
This
is
guy
off.
knows how to
I
live.
live off.
They
the
know
He's
how
a
to-
master fisherman here. This
I
guy's
fish for a living. Yeah, I get.
nice.
And I live off. I go on Lake of the Woods. I live on an island all summer long.
Really.
And I
Huh?
barely got anything
That's
yet.
how you. That's
Yeah.
good, man. Away
That's
from
why,
the 5G system.
Like I
and
said,
all.
you see, and that's what I don't know about the 5G. But when I come back here and I find out what's going on, like everything's, like I said, if somebody was in a coma for the last 15, 20 years and came today, they'd be like, things are fucked.
Yeah, when I was an addict. I was an alcoholic and an addict for years.
And that always
15.
relates to whether your childhood, your mother, your father.
When it's like
It's always related to someone.
it was almost like I was under hypnosis, and then when I've been sober 11 years now. I'm in my 40s, and I woke up to basically like 9/11. False flags, and that was, for me, that was my awakening. Was like, wait, something ain't right
Well,
here.
the alcohol, they call it spirits for a reason, right? There's this,
Yeah,
spirits.
I never
it
thought
really,
of it that way.
I know a guy who went berserk over alcoholism, like he lost his mind, because they know that really you're open for demons when
Yeah.
you start.
I
Get
agree,
overly
yeah.
drinking. It's
Yeah.
like the spiritual realm is a real
I don't
thing.
drink. I don't do
Yeah.
anything.
It's a
I
real
drank
thing.
my worst years. I moved away to Kenora. I lived in Kenora because I wanted to be closer to the water and stuff. And it was the 5 worst years of my life. And I drank every day. I drank a 40. But it was, you could feel that like it's bad. Like
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is, man. You know, I'm
Okay,
not-
what was your
GMS,
GMS,
WPG.
WPG?
You gotta use a computer?
No.
Then how you gonna find?
I just go on YouTube though.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
okay. GMS, WPG profits.
Okay. Yeah.
Or look up GMS
Nice
Winnipeg
meeting you,
or
man.
Great
Huh?
Millstone.
There's
Right on,
more of
buddy.
us out there than we think though, right? Like that's why I go talk. Like I love talking to people. And more people I think, like you guys, you know lots of stuff and I don't doubt what you guys are talking about. Because I'm starting to see more and more, right? But there's more and more people that are starting to
Wake up.
yeah, like I talk to people.
But
all
even,
the
you know, they don't
time.
have the military. They got rid of the guns. It's like, you want a
I know,
revolution?
yeah.
But the
They-
thing is it's not what it's going to work out to be. I know and many people can wake up as they want, but at the end of the day,
How are we
like,
gonna fight back though? I think they're so
there
powerful.
will be a civil war. America is where it's going to start.
Yeah.
When there's a civil war, like, don't get me wrong, you got a lot of people hunting down politicians in Europe right now, in Albania. But in America, that's where they're gonna pretty much start it up. It's gonna really, and it's gonna, you know,
go from there.
it's gonna
yeah.
go. The fire's gonna start, and then Russia's. It's gonna be war.
Yeah.
It's
We were
gonna,
just talking
there will
about
be World War III.
You know what's so weird is a lot of stuff you were bringing up. We talked about on the car ride here. Like,
Really, yeah. Well, that's
Huh?
a spirit. That's a
Uh-huh,
spirit.
that's what it is. Yeah, I'm so glad I met you.
Yeah, me too, man.
There will
Okay,
be a World War
cool.
III, man.
Yeah, we'll be back in a little bit. We're
Take
just
it
gonna
easy.
go look. Do your thing.
Yeah,
man.
sorry to interrupt you, man.
No problem. Don't worry about it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. Take it easy, man. Oh, it's like, oh shoot, it's already running out of batteries. But yo, let me get that. It's like, yeah, come on now, come on. All right, so check it out, man. You know, he literally said they were talking about this already, man. You know, let me get in the book of Proverbs. That book of Proverbs. I said Hagar. I keep thinking Abraham, because Ishmael. That's right. It's like it's been a while. Kind of covered a lot of topics there. This book of Proverbs, chapter 20 and 24, it says, "Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?" Man. So how can a man understand his own way? They were on their way here talking about, you know, biblical topics, not knowing that it's actually, you know, a lot of them can't really tie it in. You saw they're not really into the scriptures, all right? But they may be Israelites, man. Who knows? All right. The scriptures say, "My people have a zeal not according to knowledge," although they've not, maybe as children, not pushed the Bible from their peers. You know, but our hope is not, you know. Our hope is in deliverance, man. So if they're about hearing the truth, but the scriptures say what? They hear thy words, but will not do them. Let's get the book of Isaiah, Ezekiel. Remember, I said we read Slakia, the book of Matthew, the 11th chapter. Right? We piped unto them, they have not lamented, so on and so forth. Yo, to be straight up, man, when it was wintertime, man, there's no way that these Edomites, all right, were able to survive these winters without the will of the Most High, man, to fulfill prophecy, all right, bringing that ravenous bird over here to torment the Native American Indians, man. There's no way this devil would have survived without the will of the Heavenly Father, man. The so-called manifest destiny, all right. As King David said, man, save me from the wicked, which is thy sword, and from men, oh Lord, you know. This book of Ezekiel, chapter 1 and 3, it says, and he said unto me, Son of man, I sent thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me. Then their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. And how will we transgress, man? Well, one, we did not love the Most High without our heart, with all our heart, soul, and mind, man. Because we went after, whether it be a statue, or a woman, all right, money,